Hello students, and welcome to your PhET simulation on sugar and salt solutions. The main focus of this is going to help us look at what electrolytic properties are, or electrolytes are, on more of a microscopic scale. So once you get this lab loaded, you will notice that I have this already pulled up. It does take a little bit to load, and that's okay. Just give it a little bit of time. If you find you have trouble getting this to load, please make sure you email me. Once you get into the lab, you'll notice there are 3 tabs here. The 2 tabs we are going to use for sure in the lab are macro and micro. Macro means bigger scale, micro means smaller. And this video is just going to show you how to use some of the tools that this lab has available to you. So when you're in the macro tab, which is your basic setup as soon as you get in, there's quite a few tools that you can use. And most of them you will use. You'll notice here is a spigot or a spout. This is going to allow you to add water by dragging this lever. Now when you let go of the lever or let go of your mouse, it goes right back. If you evaporate water, here's your lever. You can evaporate lots or a little bit, but you have to hold it with your mouse because the moment you let go of your mouse, that lever is going to go down. This is how you let out water from your container. And again, same concept, click and drag. The moment you let go of your mouse, that's going to be when the lever closes and you're not going to have any more water coming out. Here's your salt container. And this is this option called your solute option. Now we haven't talked about what a solute is yet, and it's basically something we'll add to water and try to dissolve in water. So right now I have salt selected. If I wanted to use sugar, I would just click on this circle here, and that would change it to sugar. And then in order to get this out, you have to click and shake it. And then you'll see a little bit of white stuff falling out. And that's going to be your salt. You'll have a concentration table here that you can look at. And then this is going to be one of the main things we use called your conductivity tester. And if you click on that with your mouse and drag it and put it in the water, that's going to be how you test conductivity. You'll notice the light bulb did have a little bit of a change when I put it in the water. And that's going to be what you're going to look at for recording purposes. Okay. Now you don't have to take your conductivity tester out of the water. You can just leave it right in there while you follow the steps to your lab, and that'll work well. When you're ready to do something different, the bottom right has a reset all button for you. You can click on that and it resets everything. Now if we go to the micro tab, this is going to allow us to look at things on a smaller scale. The tools for adding water, evaporating, and letting water out of the container are all the same. Same thing with adding whether it's salt or sugar, or changing your solute. Now the only difference you'll see is instead of saying salt, or instead of saying sugar, it's going to say sodium chloride, or it's going to say sucrose, and this is going to be what you'll see to start. So sodium chloride is salt, sucrose is sugar. And when you shake to add this, you'll record your observations. When you're ready to do sucrose, you can click on sucrose and that'll change your shaker. Now, what I want you to do is when you're doing another solute of your choosing, you can click on these arrows and it can give you multiple options like calcium chloride and then sodium nitrate, and then it gives you another sugar option. So when you're picking an option, you can go ahead and use that in order to see what options you have available. And then it does have a periodic table option here that you can open if you want. And then again, your reset all button. Now we're not going to use the water tab, but if you want to look at this and see more on a tiny scale what actually happens when we add solute to water, you can click on that water tab. And you can see these molecules here are all water molecules, and they're moving and vibrating. And this is going to be liquid water. And then you can choose to add a salt or sugar, and this will actually show you how salt and sugar are dissolved in water. So it actually will kind of help you when it comes to seeing the difference between what an ionic compound would do and a covalent compound, which is what sugar is, will do in water. So I hope this helps you. If you have questions, make sure that you email me. Otherwise, good luck, and then go ahead and move ahead.